Right, so welcome everyone. Good to have you. So some of you are new, first time I see you, and some of you are returning again and again. It's always good to see you. And maybe it was a little bit awkward, like first time to just sit here in the room and be kind to yourself, maybe something quite unusual, maybe you've never done this before. Maybe you didn't feel anything, you couldn't be kind to yourself, all that came up was criticism or something like that. It's normal. This is what most people go through. Most of us are not really used to this kind of self-treatment, which is very kind, very warm and friendly. Even though we all desire that, we all want that. We all want to be treated with friendliness, with warmth, with acceptance. We all love it a great deal when there is a person that fully accepts us as who we are. It doesn't need you to change, it doesn't need you to be different in any way, it doesn't kind of find fault in who you are and how you behave and how you look like and whatnot, but it's just simple acceptance, accepting you fully as you are. That's a very rare thing in this world. But most of the time there's some kind of agenda to accept things. I'm accepting you because I benefit from it in some way. I like you because I benefit from it. That we usually, this kind of love relationships that we have is usually like that. As long as you are living up to my expectations and you do everything the right way, I love you. But if that changes, and if it keeps changing all the time in ways that I don't appreciate, that I don't like, that I don't benefit from, then also my love fades. But obviously this is not the deepest form of love. This is more like a form of attachment. We attach to something that feels good, or to someone that feels good. To some people you attach in the form of seeing them as your friends. You call them friends. Can quickly change. A friend can quickly turn into an enemy. A person that you absolutely dislike. Whenever you see them on the street, you just want to change your place. You want to be somewhere else. You don't want to see them. You don't want to have anything to do with them. Before they were your friend. Happens a lot. And it can turn around again. Enemies can become friends. There are these moments, even in the most dreadful situations, that people who are actually supposed to be enemies find to treat each other with friendliness and kindness. So this is something we all desire. We all want to be accepted as who we are and loved in that way. So love in that way is a form of accepting, first of all. Always starts with acceptance. Just accepting what is. This is like a kind of the door that leads into love. Just being able to allow this moment to be as it is, or being able to allow another person to be as they are. Sometimes you see someone worrying, and then we go to them and we mean well. We say, don't worry. It becomes almost like natural. We say, don't worry. It's almost like you're not giving them permission to be human. Human beings worry. We all do. It's normal to worry sometimes, isn't it? I don't know anyone who hasn't worried. I worry. Every week, a few times. It's normal, it's a human thing. So we're not trying to be inhuman, like some sort of machine that doesn't worry. There's nothing wrong with worry, it is a natural part of life, and all that it really wants is to be understood. So worrying encourages awareness. Ideally. And less ideally, it would encourage distraction or avoidance. oh, I'm worrying, something is wrong. So since it is wrong to worry, I should be happy all the time, right? I need to do something differently because I'm worrying. But in fact, there's not much to do about your worries other than take your hands off. Stop messing around with it. Just leave it be. And you have a greater power than actually identifying with worrying. You have a far greater power by actually accepting worry, by welcoming it with love and kindness. You can do that. You can actually welcome your worrying within a friendly attitude. You can accept it. There it is. There it is again, worrying. And you can be kind of nice to it. You can be kind to it. That's powerful. That means you're not in the worry. You're not worrying. You're kind instead. You're kind to your worrying. This is a great power that we all have. We can be kind to ourselves. It does not mean that you're only kind to selected parts of yourself, but you're kind to yourself. And yourself is a very complex entity. It has a lot of things to it. A lot of feelings, emotions, thoughts, behaviors, the body, the mind. It's very complex. So loving yourself means to be able, first of all, to accept all that is in this moment. To accept the fact that you're not a perfect meditator, for example. Is that okay? Is it okay to be distracted? Well, of course it is. What do you expect? Maybe you're just sitting down the first time to do your meditation, right? And then, well, of course, there will be distraction. It'll be there for a good while. Even if you do a lot of sessions, still there's always some distraction there. And it's okay. It will go away when you're kind of content anyways. You're okay with it. You're okay with being you. It helps immensely on the path if you can accept yourself. You sit down, you do your meditation, and it's fine to be who you are. It's fine to have distractions, to have weird emotions, to have strange feelings while you meditate, to feel like totally awkward or painful. That all is allowed. It's all part of being human. But something becomes visible when you sit down and you meditate. Something shows up, and it's our general kind of resistance to what is. We always want to change something. And wherever we look, we find fault, and then we want to change it. And if you're looking at yourself, well, that's what you find fault in. There is some, that's wrong, and then you look around and you find a lot of different, many more faults to be found. There's a lot of wrong. For the fault-finding attitude, it always finds faults, right? That's what it does. It's the nature of the fault-finding attitude. And if it is directed towards yourself, then that's what you find fault with or fault in. Something wrong with me, I'm worrying. I don't know how to meditate, something is wrong with me. It's like those people that don't want to do yoga because they're not flexible enough. Well, it's yoga that's supposed to make you flexible, right? It's like some people say, I can't meditate because I'm always distracted. Well, that's why we learn it. That's why we do it. Sit down so that eventually you can settle, you can rest. And that rest can only happen if you are able to receive yourself with a loving attitude. In fact, meditation is an expression of love towards yourself. You give yourself a break. You sit down, you don't have to accomplish anything. Great. You don't have to become anyone. Fantastic. You don't have to perform, achieve, attend. Nothing. That's the great thing about meditation. You're just free to be.
So don't make it into another kind of hassle, another kind of obligation, a chore, a thing that is stressful. Oh, I didn't do my session today. I still have to do half an hour every day. I should do my half hour in the morning and a half hour every night. And then you skip a day and you feel really guilty and shameful and remorseful. Oh my God, I didn't do my session today. And it becomes another type of stress. We have enough stress. We're all lay people. We're not living in monasteries or caves. And even those people, they have a lot of stress. Living in monasteries and caves, not easy at all. Not at all. It's very tough. Far more tough, actually, than sitting in a nice air-conditioned room and, have all the foods you want whenever you want. To sleep whenever you want, have a comfortable mattress. It's nice. So these guys that really go out of all the comforts that we enjoy right now, they really go for it. They want to know. But we don't have to be in that kind of situation in order to meditate. It's not a must. It is an option. Just like us, it's an option as lay people to just practice the way we do right now. But in either case, whether you're in a cave or in your apartment, it's absolutely crucial to learn to love yourself, to receive yourself with kindness. Maybe a better word than love would be kindness. The love for most of us is like some form of intense liking. I love that chocolate. I love this movie. I love you. Same stuff. I love the object which I can consume for my own benefit. And I love it as long as it is consumable. If it is not really good anymore, if the chocolate is kind of rotten, I don't want to eat it anymore. I don't say I love that chocolate. I say, just throw it away. Get me a new one. We do the same with relationships, right? It's rotten. Let's just get rid of it and get a new one, a better one. It's a general thing of our culture that we do not repair things anymore. We throw them away, get a new one. It's encouraged, actually. Like things are supposed to break after 2 years. So you need to get the next model so companies can keep selling. It's just like that. Otherwise, they make that one perfect product which lasts a lifetime, sell it one time, that's it. I remember my grandmother, she used to have all these very sturdy things in her house. She had it a lifetime. She bought a pot one time, that's it. She had it a lifetime, her pot, her cooking pot, her pans. She had like really good spoons and all that kind of stuff, good forks and knives, all that. She had it one time and she had it for 30, 40 years. Didn't need to exchange anything. She always was buying things that would last really long. So anyways, loving someone is not liking someone. Loving someone is more allowing someone to be as they are. And having a friendly, warm, and kind attitude towards them anyways, wishing them well. When you can say that ordinary relationship love would be more like, I want you to make me happy. I love you because you make me happy. Love, actual love or kindness would be more like, may you be happy. It's a bit of a difference, isn't it? And how can you make someone happy? Do you have to buy them chocolate or anything? No, not really. It's more easy than that. Just be happy. Ideally, you're happy around them. If you are free of suffering around other people, it's very beneficial for them. You're like an island. They can rest. where you are. When they come into your vicinity, that's where they find shelter and rest. It's nice, because you're non-judgmental, you're not judging anyone, you're just receiving them as they are, and you give them friendliness. Why? What's in it for me? If I just keep giving friendliness to everyone, I'll become a doormat. No, not at all. That's what ego would think. It's like, what's in it for me? What do I get out of this? Because it's so used to that. It only loves if something in it for it. But you know what's in it? What's in it for the sun to share light? What's in it? What does the sun think? I'm giving light to the planet Earth all the time, making sure that life can flourish there. What do I ever get back? Well, the sun is the very center of light. It doesn't need any light back. It doesn't need the world to reflect it. That's where the light comes from. When you're happy, when you're kind, when you're feeling great, that's where it comes from. And it pours out of your heart, it pours out of your actions. You don't need anything in return, you feel great. You're not kind in order to receive some kindness back, because that's where your kindness is coming from. You're not sharing light so you get some light. Doesn't make sense. Why would you need it? So that there is no this kind of neediness in it. So it's also a freedom that you're giving to other people. I love you unconditionally. It means I don't want anything from you. It's just nice to have love emanate from my heart. It's just feeling good. I'm not particularly also doing it to you. I'm not sitting down and try to do some kindness to you. Why would I do that? If I'm kind to myself, then there's a natural thing. It just comes out. Like when you're putting on a specific perfume, then that's how you smell. If you have kindness in your heart, then that's how you smell. And wherever you go, that's what people will smell. Some will like it, some not. That's okay too. They're free not to like it. Nobody is forced to like your kindness. Why would they be forced to? I've been kind to you for 20 years, and what's in it for me again, right? What's in it for me? You're never giving me anything back. Why would you need it? You're not happy? Do you still need things? That means you're not happy, you're still lacking. You need something in return, you lack. If you operate from lack, what do you expect? There's more lack. If you operate from fullness, well, there's not much need. You're happy. And this happiness can only arise when you are allowing this moment to be as it is. Making peace with yourself, making peace with the way life manifests right now. Is it okay? Is it allowed to? Are your parents allowed to be mad at you? Are they allowed to be angry? Is your husband, your wife, are they allowed to be unpleasant? Of course they are. So are you also. You're also going on other people's nerves occasionally. We all do. We usually never notice it though. We only notice those people who go on our nerves. But those are around us that we are stepping on, we don't notice. But we are doing it, it's guaranteed. We're annoying people, guaranteed, all the time. They have to put up with us, with our misery, with our suffering, with our stress, with our tension, our personas. They have to put up with that. So if you're instead radiating kindness, you allow your personas and your various thoughts and all that kind of stuff to dissolve in that kindness, then you are purifying the personality. It becomes radiant, it becomes pleasant, and it becomes a blessing. It doesn't become like a random kind of thing. It's more like a steady flow of blessing, steady flow of light. Wherever you go, that's where you bring some light. because of your inner state. This is not something to pretend also. You cannot pretend to be kind. But we often do it. Ego likes to take on this kind of kindness thing. Maybe you've heard that talk now and you go like, all right, okay, I should be more kind. Now that is not very kind anymore. I should be more kind. There you go again. You're still not thinking that you're okay the way you are. You're still not accepting yourself. Now you think you need to be more kind. Still not at peace with yourself. And soon you will find yourself just, he should be more kind. I'm quite kind already. I've been training my kindness for a year now. Now it's, where are you guys? If there is a should, it's not really kind anymore. We don't accept the terrorists, for example. Yeah, the terrorists are bad. They're not kind. They don't deserve our kindness. They don't deserve our forgiveness. They should be killed and eliminated so that we can relax afterwards. Doesn't make sense, right? Do you feel that? And the terrorists are thinking exactly the same thing. Before we can relax and enjoy a kind world, we have to get rid of the capitalists, the whatnot. We have to get rid of them first. Let's kill all of them so we can then relax in paradise. Same, it doesn't add up. And as long as the world spins like that, it will keep spinning like that. And you can only make a difference if you're kind to yourself. If you learn to accept that this world, it carries evil and it carries good. Both. It has day and night. In all kinds of forms, can you accept and love both? That comes from being able to accept your shadows as well as your light. Both. To be able to accept your headaches, the fact that you're getting older, the fact that you will soon die and lose everything you love. Can you make peace with that? The fact that you will struggle for the rest of your life trying to accomplish something and then it's all lost. Can you make peace with that? Is it okay? How about other people around you that are annoying? Noise. How about noise? Just unbearable construction noise. Can you make peace with that? Can you be kind to it? Can you allow it to be there? You don't have to kind of stand next to it and allow it, even though you might do this as a kind of fun little practice. But you can withdraw yourself from it. The question is, can you allow it as part of life? It's part of life, noise. It's part of the dark side of life. Can you allow the dark side? Can you be kind to it? And after allowing, you then embrace it with a warm feeling. That warm, kind, friendly feeling. You all have an image that works for you. Some of the most powerful images are, of course, your mother holding you for the first time. How might she have felt about you in this moment? Or if you have children, how did you feel about your child holding it for the first time? Just after you gave birth, after all the struggle, then holding your child. This might be a powerful image for you. Another powerful image you might use is, for example, how would an angel look at you? Like imagine like a big, fantastic, beautiful, loving angel that stands right behind you with spread out wings or arms or however you want to imagine it. How would this angel look at you? Like, yeah, you should shave. Would he be worried about stuff like that? No, not at all, you know. Not at all. And you can imagine, how would a perfectly loving being look at you? Many people describe that when they attend like teachings of the Dalai Lama, and then the Dalai Lama walks past them and he would kind of use a short moment to hold their hands. Many people say the same thing about him. They say that in that moment they felt like there's no one else in the entire world but them. This is powerful love. It's like, it's just you. And you're so fully accepted. I also felt it one time with one of my teachers. I came into the room and I sat down and he just smiled at me. And it was enough. I just started to cry like a baby. Because I felt so at home. Like really, really, really home. Like kind of, that's it. There is not more to be accomplished or not anyone else to be ever again. This incredible acceptance, this very deep acceptance. Of course, that comes from a lifetime of training that, of growing it, this radiance. They're powerful people. They can change the world. But they don't go around and ring doorbells or, try to sell you stuff. They're just there. Like a lighthouse, it doesn't have to jump into the water and get out all the ships. You don't have to do anything to other people to be kind to them. It's enough to radiate this loving, warm, kind sensation being around others. Allow your body to be charged by that. Your mind to be charged by it. And allow this vibration, if you want, to grow inside. So, this is a very important aspect of practice, yeah? Otherwise we can get stuck in this kind of cold witnessing, cold observing something. Something is rather cold to be observed. If there is no kindness inside of you, then it turns very often for people this vipassana or something, it becomes very stale, very cold. It lacks a certain energy. You can be, I'm observing my anger, I'm observing that my breath, I observe that things change all the time. You kind of get a distance, you become like a witness to yourself. But what kind of witness is it? Very often it's just like this kind of witnessing, but you can infuse it with kindness. You can allow it to become warm and friendly. So that everything is allowed to appear, and you see the characteristics of everything, but you see from kindness. This is a first step, seeing from the position of kindness. Later on, even kindness can be seen. Everything can be seen. Everything can be an object. All your attitudes, your various contemplations, your opinions, judgments, all that can be seen. And if you start seeing from kindness at first, it's a very good first step. Awareness is not kindness. The witness is not kindness. Ultimately, there's just knowing, but that is not knowing from any position. And kindness is a step on that path towards that. Very important carrying energy for our life, to live good lives, to create good causes. That's very important. Okay, so this is all that comes to mind for today. Yes, thank you. No one? Good? All right then, very good. Thank you very much for coming.